Hello, my name is Zhatelier and welcome back for another episode of Valhalla Vanguard in Aurora Forex. And as promised in previous episode, we are now ready to go in to hunt the Precursors. We already have our strike force set up. We got 3 cruisers this time, and then 2 carriers with unsungs and 4 spikes and I think 7 Athenians of the Athenian 2 variant. So our minimum speed of the fleet is 6,000 kilometers per second. But of course we're going to transit through the jump point separately and then combine the fleet again. And one thing that I have done already is set up the... We have a look at the lead cruiser here. Let's put military only. There we go. So I have set the transponder on. Because we are a bit low on fuel. We do have a tanker coming in. Currently in Jin or Jinungrab or Jinungap. Okay, so over there it should be flying over here, but it will take a while before it reaches there. So therefore, what we're going to do is we're going to just get on the other side of the jump point, combine our forces, assuming that they're not right there at the jump point, which they may or may not be. We know that there was at least 2 ships, if I remember correctly. We can probably check that from the intel, actually. But we do know that they have some troops, or some ships there. Let's see, so there was the Liberty, there was the Invincible, and Spiculum, and Mulberry. Oh, so there was 3. Only thing we know is that one of them had pretty high thermal signature. That's all we knew about them, and then they shot missiles. But anyway, we know that. So, oh, one thing that I've done is there were some civilian mining colonies that the SOAR had in Lodor, so I've already taken out one of them, or captured one of them, and the occupation level has switched. Right, so how about we go to Modi then? No, we were shot down over there near the center. It's quite likely that the enemy are somewhere around there. We do have a decently larger range, so we will be able to spot them probably around here. Then we'll just have to wait for them to actually arrive a little bit closer. Right, but what we will do is just go through the fleets and give them orders to join back to that one. Shouldn't take too long. And then we'll have a fair bit of firepower available. It's like a 30-second increment. That's probably going to be a bit of an overkill. Okay, at least most of them have completed orders. There's still one that is currently flying. But the rest of them should already be returned back to the main fleet. Seems about right. So one carrier, 1 Athenian and 1 spike. Alright, so we'll just wait a little bit for that, then we'll actually just wait here at the jump point. So we're going to start taking like few hour increments at first. Okay, we can probably take a day or 8 hours. Simply because now that we have the transponder, oh, there we go. We spotted the transponder, or their axis sensors. So they are taking the bait. Let's see, so that is pretty long range sensor that they have. I'll wait them to get a little bit closer. We'll then start following them as soon as we know how quick they are moving. 14,000 kilometers per second on Mulberry 1. That's actually pretty fast. That's a lot faster than I expected. We don't know how big of a ship that is, but let it get a little bit closer. Take another 5 minutes, so it should be within our sensor range. Okay, need hostile contact for section 172. Let's have a look. How much does that mean in actual tonnage? 8,600. Okay, this is a smaller ship, if I remember. If the... Hold on, how big... It's actually the same size as the Liberties, roughly speaking, so... That is a lot faster. Okay, I think at this point... Let it get a little bit closer still. Before we start moving towards it. Basically what we'll do is we'll just wait until it runs out of missiles, because they are bound to have some missiles in there. But let's see, so if we focus on that, they're still 100 million kilometers away. 98. They are moving fairly quickly towards us. Not sure if they are moving directly towards us, actually. Well, it might be. It might be. The tails are not always completely accurate. Right, let's, at this point, we're gonna have to start following that, or moving towards them. So, contacts, Mulberry, follow, and I think we're gonna keep about 2 million kilometers away as the primary target. So we'll be fairly close, but we'll have enough range to actually react on their missiles whenever they shoot them. Okay, so we're trying to intercept them. There's probably missiles heading our way very soon. The question is, does it have any smaller sensors than that? Okay, thermal strength is 2500. It's pretty rough, actually. Okay, I think they are now... Oh, no, they haven't really turned yet. They may let us get rather close, actually. But what I'm thinking is, if they don't have any small sensors, so if we have a quick look, sensor strength is 96. So if we were to design active sensors of say 95, do they have? No, they will be able to spot our fighters as well. So sending them in right now is going to be suicide. And presumably they have a lot of anti-missile capabilities one way or another. So let's just see how close we can get. Of course our lasers are not all that huge range on the cruisers, but we do have a lot more firepower now. Because if we have a quick look at the regular cruisers, they have the same spinal laser as the lead cruiser, but they have 9 of the smaller lasers then, which Again, these are not very good lasers, to be fair. I do have better ones under design right now, so for the second version of these cruisers, we'll have a bit better armament, and longer range armament at that. 40 million kilometers, we could start firing upon them. Like, fire one salvo. Assign that target. And then open fire. I'm just gonna manually open fire on these. One set of missiles, so that's gonna be 32 missiles. We'll see how well they can protect themselves from that. Electronic countermeasure strength of 30. Oh. I mean, yeah, I suppose does make sense. Now let's see, how quickly do our missiles? Actually not all that quickly. So it's gonna take a while before we actually hit them. But presumably they are already firing as well. Luckily we should be able to spot them in due time. And the... oh right, the cruisers, the regular cruisers also have a little bit anti-missile. Or like ghost turrets. 3 quad turrets per cruiser, so that's gonna give us a little bit extra firepower against the missiles. Now, unfortunately we don't have boarding crews quite yet, but eventually we will have. I'm already building the first Mordred, which is the boarding carrier, and then some of the boarding vessels. Now I'm getting rather close. I was hoping that they're not going to, you know, ram us or something like that. Which I suppose is possible. But man, are they getting close. 13 million kilometers now. I think a bit slower turns here. Just to see the damage that we make to them. Okay, let's go through here. Hit chance 40%. Most of them missed. One hit. Armor strength at least 1. Okay, then there's 2 more hits there. Actually, more than that. 5 hits together by now, and then another 5 hits there. So 10. 15. Yeah, 15 hits, and we know that they have a little bit more armor than the 1 layer, I believe. Let's have a look. Mulberry. No, it says that just 1. They're not streaming atmosphere because they probably don't have an atmosphere in there. Interesting. Well, we'll see if it actually slows down or anything. But they didn't shoot any of them down, which is rather interesting. So either they didn't see them, or they are out of missiles. They might be shooting now. They are rather close to them. I've still got a way to reload, so... oh, their speed did drop. I'm not sure if that was because of the missiles that hit them or something else. But at this point, I think I'm gonna risk it. We haven't seen any missiles yet, and if they do have missiles, they're probably shooting them right towards our main ships here. So I think the fighter should be able to bypass the missiles rather easily. So, the red lightnings are going to be launched. Oh, right, wrong ship selected. So, launch. And launch. Then we'll give these orders to follow the ship from, I think, about 20,000 kilometers. Same over here. Now, it is going to take a little while to actually catch up with that, but we are rather close. So it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Take another 30-second increment here. They're still moving in. And there's still about 15 minutes worth of reload for the smaller missiles, but what I think I'll do... I could send in or shoot the bigger missiles now. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully they will kind of blind the enemy. Copy target, class and task group. And open fire. Open fire. Actually, some of these are not having the correct missiles. Some of them have iron missiles, which is less than ideal. But if these hit, they will do a... Oh, right, some of them actually got the newer versions of those, which have double the speed of our fighters. Which is going to be rather good. And then there's the iron missiles that are actually slower than our fighters. But yeah, if we can slow them down a little bit, we can keep them at bay, because it feels like they are probably coming in for a ramming speed. We'll start keeping our distance though very soon. Oh, I think they spotted something. Probably our missiles. Or then the fighters. It could be the fighters, actually. Okay, they are now trying to move away from our fighters. Because they realize that, oh crap, they are getting closer and closer. Now, hopefully our missiles will actually hit it and destroy another engine or two. Yeah, it's a chase now. Oh, well, it's dead. Oh wow, secondary power system explosion. 34 strength. And all the rest of the missiles got destroyed because there is no targets. Hold on, did I still have the transponder on the lead cruiser? I do, okay, good. Right, so time to give these squadrons some new orders. So instead of going to the... well, going to the enemy, because it's now dead, so you're just gonna go back to the strike force. There we go, and then the strike force will move back to the jump point. Not gonna transit, but if need be, we can transit to the other side. So that was easy. Just a... Well, I mean, technically, we did shoot 64 missiles towards it, but only... Actually, how many of those hit? All 8 of them. Okay, so 23 of them hit. Considering that these were a lot faster than I initially expected. Or at least that one was a lot faster. I'm not sure if all of them were. Oh, right, and we need to remove the targets. There we go, so we don't get the targeting problems from the ships. And the squadrons have landed. Speed up a little bit again here. To get to the jump point, and then we'll wait a little bit longer. I know that there are 2 more ships here, and they're probably coming towards us. It's just a matter of time until we spot them. Alright, so we'll sit there again. Well, I'm doing this to conserve my fuel, honestly. I mean, I could go over there to try hunt them manually, but I don't think it's really necessary. Take a 3-hour turn here. They're probably not all that far. Oh, there we go. Invincible. Let's see, how quick is that one? Probably about the same speed. No, actually that's slower. It has pretty much the same sensors though. 300 million kilometers away, so we'll actually take a little bit of longer turns here while we wait it to actually approach. I'm pretty sure that those 3 were the only ones that they are here. So once we've done that, we'll have our salvager get the stuff and probably actually take it. One thing that I've noticed is, if we have a look at the map, is the trip to Humir through this side is actually a lot shorter than from this side. Not only in terms of systems or number of systems, but also the fact that engine alone, it's gonna be a fairly long distance or fairly large distance difference. Like the distance from Sleipnir to Sjofen is about twice what is from Sleipnir to Thrud. So yeah, it's probably gonna be something that we'll be using a bit more. Right, so let's take another 20-minute turn here. So now that we know their other ship is not as quick as the first one, well, it's actually moving very slowly. I'm just gonna let them approach. Wait a minute, are they not? Are they moving at all? Like, they are apparently moving a tiny bit. Heading 63. It should be somewhere around here where they are heading. They might be shooting missiles already at us. I'll have a look. Oh yeah, they're shooting a lot of missiles actually. Of course, if you have a look, well, the increments are actually a lot smaller than I expected. So, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 salvos coming in. They're already an hour in. And presumably they are rather quick, but we do have a lot of anti-missile capabilities here. Now, which way are they heading now? Down this one, so they'll try to keep their distance. Right, they are a bit far away. I don't think we'll have the range to actually engage them right now. We'll just wait for the actual missiles to arrive. Although, it would appear that we are actually out of time for this episode. So we'll see how this battle ends tomorrow. So, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.